And Major, so a new character enters the sphere of this story, one politically familiar to many and legally familiar, works with Joe Lieberman, by the way, who was just considered for FBI director, represents Bill O'Reilly. Marc Kasowitz is saying that James Comey is a leaker. He was operating above the law and outside the law.
That's right. That was the more important tail end part of that prepared statement. Important to underscore, Marc Kasowitz, an effective, accomplished, skilled lawyer, took no questions, not even from reporters here. He's accustomed in a court of law to take tough questions and deal with all sorts of interactions. None today. That's, I think, a significant point to make. Though there was a statement made on behalf of the president, no questions to check any of the facts outlaid in that statement. But let's take the statement for what it said. Number one, the president feels vindicated because Director Comey said publicly what his opening statement released yesterday indicated, that on many occasions, 3 to be precise, he told the president he was not personally under investigation. Marc Kasowitz also went out of his way to say in his conversations, the president said it would be a good idea to make sure if anyone in his satellite of associates was found out to be collaborating or colluding in any way with the Russians. He considers that evidence that the president was not only not trying to interfere with the Russian investigation, but was encouraging it to reach a full conclusion. Point 3, Marc Kasowitz, on behalf of the president, remember, he's his hired attorney, he's defense counsel, if you will, in this matter, said that Mr. Comey today lied when he said the president asked him for loyalty and told him to see if he could let go of the Michael Flynn investigation. Categorically, the president's attorney denied both claims. And after these denials and assertions, then we get to the back half of the statement in which Marc Kasowitz tried to paint a picture of James Comey not as a faithful and diligent FBI director and public servant, but as someone who, along with many others in government, have an agenda meant to undermine President Trump's administration through selective, that's his word, leaks of privileged information. And he left at the very end of his statement this tantalizing suggestion to law enforcement that it now direct its attention and its scrutiny legally toward the former FBI director as someone who might be prosecuted for leaking privileged and or classified information. Why is that important, Jeff? Because it tries to create a political construct around James Comey's testimony, planting seeds of doubt about his motivation, his truthfulness, and whether or not he's someone part of what the administration has long suggested is a group of hidden individuals, either on the edges of government or within the government, who are using the media and selective leaks to undermine the president of the United States. And that's the political context that Marc Kasowitz tried to create at the end of that statement.
Major, it's 2 grown men, either directly or through surrogates, accusing each other of being liars.
Absolutely. And that's what the country is left with. The former FBI director, not the chief law enforcement officer of the United States, but very close, and the head of a revered and respected law enforcement institution, said he was afraid that the president might lie about their interactions, which is why he took contemporaneous notes. Within hours, the attorney representing the president of the United States said, no, the president's not the liar, the former FBI director is the liar. That's what the country is left with. One of the harshest allegations you can ever exchange in law or politics, and that's what the country now has to decide which to believe and which to doubt.
Yeah, which has so far bookended our day, the accusations of lying. Major Garrett, thank you very much.